The Houston Rockets are overplaying their hands. Apparently, as we get closer and closer to the trade deadline, the Rockets want either a quality first-round pick or a good player in return for Victor Oladipo, who's a free agent to be honest with you guys, man. When Victor Oladipo turned down that max extension in Houston, I was like, look, his days are numbered as a Rocket. All the reports point to Victor Oladipo joining the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat, Pat Riley and that group have been looking for a guard for the last 2-3 years. Taliaferro and Duncan Robinson and Goran Dragic, they're making it incredibly tough because they went out and balled out in that bubble last year. They've regressed a little bit this year. Not much, but a little bit as a tandem. And it looks like the Miami Heat are atop Victor Oladipo's list. If he can have it his way, he'll be playing ball in Miami in about 6 months. Is it a perfect fit? No, but apparently, Jimmy Butler's probably one of the more light guys around the league. There are a few guys that would love to play ball with Jimmy Butler right now. People rock with Jimmy. I think and I know Oladipo wasn't on this team, but I think after that Team USA run a few years ago, I think a lot of guys are just like, yo, we rock with Jimmy. I think his name just kind of went around well in the league. I know also Pat Riley is one of the more stricter guys in the NBA and as the president of the Heat team. And, I think a guy like Victor Oladipo wants some structure in his life. You ain't going to be partying on the road with Miami. You ain't just finna invite all your homies to the Heat game, a la LeBron James even. There's some rules to this now when you play in Miami. We got structure here. It's certain things we go by, a lot stricter than a lot of other NBA teams. It looks like Oladipo just wants that. So if he has it this way, I'm sure he'll be in Miami. For the Rockets' sake, though, they got a team to keep together. I mean, that team just lost 20 games in a row. They just got their first win in a very long time. And I like Christian Wood a lot. I like John Wall a lot. I like where John Wall is at mentally right now. He's saying all the right things, doing all the right stuff. So if the Rockets are going to lose Oladipo for nothing in about 3 days, because after that trade deadline expires, he's gone. Houston, he already turned down your max extension. He don't want to be there. Teams know that he doesn't want to be there, or he'd be signed long term. This is not rocket science here. Any guy that is still trying to make his mark coming off of that big time injury that he had a year ago, or actually 2 years ago in Indiana, he comes back last year, didn't get to prove himself really because as soon as he came back, remember, COVID hit. Like a few games after he came back, he played in the bubble. He wasn't great. Any guy that's still trying to find himself after injury, prove to the league that he's a max guy, he gets offered the max, even in spite of proving himself by Houston, and he turns it down? That is a guy that doesn't want to play for your organization and is about to leave. So if I'm the Rockets, if you can't get what you want, I hate that. You already traded hard and you lost 20 games in a row. Hell, how much worse could it get? I'm getting something for Oladipo, something. And if you're able to call the Miami Heat, who've been better as of late, if you're able to call them and get Duncan Robinson, is that really an awful trade? Like, if you could fleece Duncan or Dragic or something, if you can get Taliaferro, you take the trade tomorrow. But I'm sure Miami ain't going to do that. But if you get something for Oladipo after you done got yourself involved in that trade, which I still don't understand why they were so easy to come off Caris LeVert. I would have kept LeVert. See, I said that a couple months ago, and I didn't have a lot of support. You keep LeVert. I think LeVert and John Wall mesh a lot better than Oladipo and Wall's games do. I questioned it then, and I'm questioning it now. You're about to lose that brother for nothing. And I think if you're a Rockets fan right now, you're hoping that organization, who I'm not going to look at them as bad because they did for James Harden. The Orlando Magic are poorly ran to me. The Cleveland Cavaliers are, for the most part, poorly ran. They just had a guy by the name of LeBron James. You heard of him. Poorly ran. These are poorly ran NBA organizations. The Rockets are not a poorly ran organization. They just did right by the wrong guy for a decade in James Harden, and he burned him for it. Don't be a fool. Don't make a bad mistake. Go trade Oladipo for something. Catch 4 new episodes of FERRO's music-based platform every day only on YouTube at It's Mr. Taliaferro. You can also find clips, updates, giveaways, and more on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at It's Mr. Taliaferro. For all basketball fans, make sure you tune in to FERRO's daily highlights, reports, and commentary on YouTube at FERRO, and even more updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at FERRO as well.